I'm standing on my own porch with a bag of toys, heart pounding after the hour-long drive. Melissa opens the door, but her face is stone. No smile, no greeting. Just that flat, cold stare I've learned to recognize over the years. "You're not coming in," she says simply. I blink, confused. "What do you mean?" "I'm here to see Emma and Jake. We planned this visit 2 weeks ago." She crosses her arms. "Plans changed. I've already spoken to a lawyer." The words hit me like a punch. My hands go numb around the toy bag handles. "A lawyer?" "Melissa, what are you talking about?" She leans against the doorframe, almost casual. "I don't trust you anymore, Hank, and I'm not letting you anywhere near my children. My grandchildren, the kids I've known since birth, the ones I picked up from school, taken to baseball games, read bedtime stories to." My throat tightens. "Why?" I manage to ask. Her expression doesn't change. "You'll find out soon enough." The door closes. I stand there, frozen, clutching that stupid bag of toys like it might anchor me to reality. Before we continue, I would like to know where you're watching from in the comment section. Also hit the subscribe button and share this video, as this will help this video to travel far, so others can learn also. The drive home is silent, except for the hum of tires on pavement. My mind races through possibilities. Did I say something wrong? Forget something important? I replay recent visits, searching for clues. Nothing, absolutely nothing comes to mind. The next morning, my phone rings. It's my son, David. His voice sounds strained, barely above a whisper. "Dad, we need to talk." I sit down slowly. "What's going on?" He exhales hard. "Melissa's petitioning the court. She's trying to get a legal order restricting your access to the kids." My stomach drops. "On what grounds?" There's a long pause. "She says you're not mentally fit to be around them, that you're a danger." I almost laugh, except nothing about this is funny. "A danger?" "David, that's insane. You know that's not true." "I know, Dad, but she has something. Something medical she's planning to use against you." My mind goes blank. "Medical?" "Yeah, I don't even know how she got it." I sit at my kitchen table, staring at nothing. Medical evidence? What could she possibly have? Then it hits me. 2 years ago, a routine doctor's visit. I'd mentioned forgetting a street name while driving to the hardware store. It was nothing, just a momentary lapse. Dr. Patterson had nodded, made a note, and said we'd monitor over time. Mild cognitive concern, he'd written. Continue annual checkups. That was it. No diagnosis. No medication. No follow-up issues. I'd forgotten about it entirely because there was nothing to remember. I dig through my filing cabinet until I find the visit summary. There it is, one line among dozens of routine observations. Normal blood pressure, normal cholesterol, and that single note about memory. Could she really twist this into something dangerous? My phone buzzes. It's a text from David. She says she has proof you're declining. Dad, how did she even get your medical records? I stare at the message. That's a good question. A very good question. Those records are private, protected, unless someone with access. My chest tightens. Did she break the law? The mediation room is cold and sterile. We're sitting across from each other, a mediator between us trying to find common ground. Melissa won't even look at me. The mediator asks her to explain her concerns. She speaks in that practiced, reasonable tone she uses when she wants to sound rational. Hank has shown signs of memory loss. As a mother, I have to protect my children from potential harm. I want to scream that she's lying, but my lawyer advised me to stay calm. So I sit there, hands folded, jaw clenched. When the mediator steps out to take a phone call, the room goes quiet. That's when Melissa finally turns to me. There's something in her eyes, something cold and satisfied. She leans forward just slightly and whispers, "You should have just stayed quiet." The words land like ice water down my spine. This isn't about my health. This isn't about the kids. This is about control, about winning, about removing me from the picture entirely. In that moment, I make a decision. I'm done playing defense. Back home, I shift into work mode. For 30 years, I built houses, foundations, frameworks, structures at last. Now I'm going to build my case the same way. Brick by brick, detail by detail. I contact Dr. Patterson's office and request my complete medical file. Every visit, every note, every test result. I want documentation of everything. I start organizing dates, visits with the grandkids, photos, videos. I have timestamps on my phone showing exactly when I was with Emma and Jake, what we did, how present I was. I make a list of people who witnessed my interactions with the kids, neighbors, teachers, even the coach from Jake's little league team. I'm methodical, quiet, focused. 3 days later, Dr. Patterson calls me personally. Hank, I pulled your records like you asked, but I need to tell you something. I grip the phone tighter. What is it? Someone accessed your file 3 weeks ago using your son's insurance login. I only noticed it because of the timestamp. It was logged at midnight. My blood goes cold. David didn't do that. I didn't think so, but someone did. I called David immediately. He answers on the second ring. Dad, Did you give Melissa your insurance login information? Silence. Then quietly. What? Your login was used to access my medical records. At midnight, 3 weeks ago. I hear him breathing hard. No, I didn't. Dad, I swear I didn't know. I believe you, but she used your account. She went into my private records without permission. He's quiet for a long moment. Oh my God, she really did this. Yes, and she's using what she found to try and take my grandkids away. He sounds shaken. I'll talk to her. No, my voice is firm. Don't. Let her think I'm weak. Let her think she's winning. But Dad, trust me, son. I know what I'm doing. Later that night, he texts me. She's doubling down. She thinks you're bluffing. Perfect. Let her think that. The preliminary hearing is cold and formal. Melissa's lawyer stands up, presenting the selective notes from my file like they're smoking gun evidence. Mr. Sullivan exhibited memory concerns 2 years ago. His physician noted cognitive decline. I don't react. I don't flinch. I just sit there, calm. When it's my turn, I stand slowly. Your Honor, I like time to prepare a full response with my own evidence. The records being presented are incomplete and taken out of context. The judge looks between us. How much time do you need? 2 weeks. He nods. Granted. We'll reconvene on the 15th. Melissa's face tightens. Just a flicker, but I see it. Her lawyer leans over to whisper something, but she waves him off. That's the first crack. She expected me to crumble. Instead, I'm standing firm. Outside the courtroom, my lawyer Marta touches my arm. You did good in there. I nod. Now the real work begins. My niece Rachel visits me that weekend. She's close with Emma and Jake, sometimes babysits them. She sits on my couch, looking uncomfortable. Uncle Hank, I need to tell you something. I set down my coffee. What is it? The kids miss you. Emma asks about you almost every day. My chest aches. What does Melissa tell them? Rachel hesitates. She told them you're sick, that you forget who they are sometimes, that it's not safe for them to be around you. I close my eyes. Emma is 7. Jake is 5. They're being told their grandfather is losing his mind. That's not true, I say quietly. You know that's not true. I know, but they don't. She reaches into her bag and pulls out a folded piece of paper. Emma drew this for you. She asked me to give it to you. I unfold it carefully. It's a crayon drawing of me and her, holding hands under a rainbow. At the bottom, in her careful first-grade handwriting, hope you feel better, Grandpa. I can't speak. I just hold that drawing and try not to break. Monday morning, I make another call. This time, to the clinic's compliance department. I don't mention Melissa by name. I simply report a concern. Someone accessed my medical records using a family member's insurance login. I'd like to file a formal HIPAA complaint. The woman on the phone is professional, efficient. We'll launch an internal review. Can you provide the date and approximate time of access? 3 weeks ago, midnight. We'll look into it and contact you with our findings. I hang up and stare out the window. This isn't about revenge. This is about protecting myself and protecting Emma and Jake from a mother who's willing to lie and manipulate to get her way. If Melissa broke the law, that needs to be on record. 2 days later, I get an email confirmation. Your complaint has been received. An investigation is underway. I forward it to Marta. Her response is immediate. Smart move. I start reaching out to people who've crossed paths with Melissa over the years. A former babysitter named Claire, a co-worker from her old job, even her younger sister, Beth. The conversations are careful, quiet. I don't accuse. I just listen. Claire tells me she was fired suddenly after questioning Melissa's rules. She wanted me to keep a log of everything Emma said. Every little thing. It felt invasive, so I pushed back. She let me go the next day. The co-worker describes a workplace environment where Melissa controlled everything. Meetings, emails, even lunch schedules. If you didn't follow her lead, you were out. Beth is the most revealing. My sister needs to be in control of everything. Always has. When she can't control something, she finds a way to eliminate it. I take notes, document everything. That evening, Claire texts me. I have screenshots of some of our conversations. Want them? Yes. Absolutely yes. Beth sent me a scanned image the next morning. It's a page from an old journal, Melissa's handwriting, unmistakable. At the top, it says, things to handle. Halfway down the list, get rid of Hank's visits. Below that, use file note if needed. The date at the top of the page is from 9 months ago. 9 months before she filed her petition. I stare at the image, reading it over and over. This wasn't a sudden concern. This was premeditated, calculated. She planned this. She went looking for something she could use against me. And when she found that one vague doctor's note, she weaponized it. I forward the image to Marta with a single message. Evidence of intent. Her reply is swift. This changes everything. Marta, and I meet at her office. She's a sharp woman in her 60s, with silver hair and a no-nonsense demeanor. She lays out the strategy. You're not just fighting for visitation rights anymore. Hank, you're exposing a pattern of manipulation and abuse of the legal system. And you're winning. I nod. What's next? We submit everything. The screenshots, the journal entry, the HIPAA complaint findings. We build a timeline showing this was planned long before any legitimate concern. A few days later, Melissa files a restraining order. She claims I've been harassing her. The judge denies it immediately. Insufficient evidence. Marta smiles when she tells me. She's panicking. That's good. Discovery reveals inconsistencies in Melissa's filings. In one document, she claims I was diagnosed with early onset dementia. In another, she says suspected memory loss. Marta highlights both passages, side by side. Which is it, Melissa? A diagnosis or a suspicion. The judge notices too. Mrs. Sullivan, these statements contradict each other. I'm going to need original documentation. Melissa's lawyer objects, but the judge is firm. Submit the full medical records. Both sides. No redactions. Melissa's jaw tightens. She knows what's coming. We spend the next week matching her allegations to actual dates. She claimed I forgot Jake's birthday. I have a video of me at his party, singing happy birthday, helping him blow out candles. She said I got lost driving to their house. I have GPS records showing I arrived on time, every time. She claimed I couldn't remember Emma's name during a visit. I submit a video from that exact day, me helping Emma build a model rocket, using her name at least a dozen times. The calendar doesn't lie. Every single claim falls apart under scrutiny. Then comes the moment I've been dreading and hoping for. David takes a stand. He's nervous, hands gripping the edge of the witness box. But when he speaks, his voice is steady. My father's memory is sharp. I've never seen any sign of cognitive decline. My wife acted alone in all of this. I didn't know she accesses records. I didn't approve of any of it. Melissa's face goes pale, then red. She mouths a single word at him from across the courtroom. Traitor. But David doesn't look away. He holds her gaze and repeats, I stand by my father. The judge pauses the hearing. He leans forward, looking directly at Melissa. Mrs. Sullivan, how exactly did you obtain these private medical records? She hesitates, stutters. I thought I had permission. From whom? From my husband. He gave me his login. The judge looks at David. Mr. Sullivan, is that true? David shakes his head firmly. No, Your Honor. I never gave her permission to access my father's medical information. The judge writes something down. I see. Melissa's lawyer leans over, whispering urgently. Her hands are shaking. A week later, the clinic's ethics report arrives. Marta receives it first and calls me immediately. Hank, sit down. I do. What did they find? Unauthorized access. The login was traced to Melissa's IP address. Logged in at 11:47 p.m., 3 weeks before she filed a petition. So she broke the law. Yes, and the report is admissible in court. We submit it as evidence. The judge reviews it in silence, then looks up at Melissa. You access private medical records without authorization. That's a federal violation. Her lawyer tries to interject, but the judge holds up a hand. I'll hear your response after I finish reviewing this case. Melissa changes tactics. Now she's a concerned mother, acting out of love and duty. Your Honor, I was worried about my children's safety. I felt I had a responsibility to investigate any potential risks. It's a desperate pivot, and it shows. The judge's expression doesn't change. That's not your decision to make, Mrs. Sullivan. Medical privacy laws exist for a reason. Her voice cracks slightly. But what about my children? Your children, the judge says firmly, are not in danger from their grandfather. The evidence shows that clearly. Then comes Claire, the former babysitter. She takes the stand calmly and tells the truth. Melissa called Hank deadweight more than once. She told me she was done pretending he mattered, that she was going to find a way to cut him out. The courtroom goes silent. Melissa's lawyer objects. Hearsay. But Claire has the screenshots. Messages where Melissa explicitly said she wanted me gone. The judge admits them into evidence. Melissa can't stay quiet. She interrupts from her seat. That's not what I meant. She's twisting my words. The judge's gavel comes down hard. Mrs. Sullivan, you will remain silent or I will hold you in contempt. Her voice shakes. But she's lying. I never said. Mrs. Sullivan. The judge's tone is ice. Sit down. She does, but her composure is gone. Her hands tremble. Her perfect, controlled image is cracking in real time. Marta leans close to me. Now we wait. The judge picks up the medical record, the original one, the complete file from Dr. Patterson. He reads aloud, slowly and clearly. Patient reports occasional forgetfulness. No signs of impairment during examination. Memory testing within normal range for age. Recommend annual follow-up as standard preventive care. He looks up directly at Melissa. This is not what was presented to this court. The silence is deafening. Mrs. Sullivan, you selectively extracted one line and misrepresented it as evidence of serious cognitive decline. That is a misrepresentation of fact to this court. Melissa opens her mouth, but nothing comes out. The judge makes a new decision. I'm opening an investigation into the full custody arrangement. This is no longer just about visitation. Melissa's lawyer stands. Your Honor, that's not. If Mrs. Sullivan lied once about danger, the judge interrupts. What else has she lied about? I want full review. Social services will be involved. David closes his eyes in relief. Melissa looks like she's been struck. The final hearing is packed. Even Beth, Melissa's own sister, sits on my side of the room. I take the stand. I speak calmly, clearly from the heart. I would never hurt my grandchildren, but someone already has. They've been told lies about me. They've lost months of time with their grandfather. And for what? Control. I look directly at Melissa. I don't hate you, but I won't let you erase me from their lives. The room is silent. Even Melissa's lawyer looks uncomfortable. Then he stands. Your Honor, I'd like to formally withdraw from this case. Melissa's head snaps toward him. What? I can't ethically continue. I was misled about the evidence. He walks out. The judge delivers his ruling 3 days later. Full visitation rights are restored to Hank Sullivan, effective immediately. Melissa Sullivan is formally reprimanded for abuse of the court and violation of medical privacy laws. Custody will now be joint between both parents with oversight. Melissa stands abruptly, chair scraping loudly. She storms out without a word. I sit there, letting it sink in. It's over. Outside in the hallway, I hear familiar voices. Emma and Jake. David brought them. Emma sees me and runs, arms wide. Grandpa! I catch her, holding tight. Jake crashes into us a second later. We missed you, Emma says into my shoulder. I can't speak. I just hold them. Months later, I'm in my garage with Jake. We're building a birdhouse. His small hands carefully holding nails while I guide the hammer. Grandpa, why did we stop seeing you for so long? He asks. I pause, choosing my words carefully. Sometimes grown-ups make mistakes, but we're together now. That's what matters. He nods, satisfied, and goes back to work. Melissa hasn't spoken to me since the trial. Not a word. And that's fine. I didn't destroy her. She destroyed herself. I just built my case the same way I built everything in my life. Brick by brick, with patience and precision. Some people win by shouting. I win by outlasting.